Looking for the best free-to-play gacha action RPGs you can enjoy on both mobile and PC. In this video, we'll explore 10 great games with exciting combat, amazing characters, and also F2P friendly system worth trying in 2026. Top 10 Best F2P Gacha Action RPG Games, Mobile and PC. Free-to-play friendly gacha game on mobile 2026. We have a new Facebook fans page now. The name is GameMobile HDgraphic. Besides on YouTube, we will give an update on Facebook as well. A lot of amazing top list games will show up every day, so please check this out now. The link on the description and pinned comment. Wuthering Waves, surely a great anime action RPG game that has an open world concept where the main focus is the exploration and also gacha based to collect some character. But the character system is quite good though. The main gameplay is centered on a real-time battle where the player can switch the character within one team. We can make a character switch in a fast pace during combat. The main gameplay is pretty interesting where the dodge and perfect dodge will be so important to win the game. Even the parry and counter attack is really important. For me, the gacha system on Wuthering Waves is quite good, especially for a player of F2P or a low spender. It has a guarantee system to obtain a 5-star heroes based on the PT mechanism, so the player can make a good prediction to get the next limited hero. The storyline will launch on a Solaris world where we are experiencing a major disaster that we call with Lament. Aether Gazer. We will create 3 of the modifiers, but we are only able to control one character directly and can't switch between the hero, and the rest of the team will do an auto attack and lock a random enemy. The gameplay level is pretty fast with an arcade level, the normal attack for a base combo. The skill 1, 2, and 3 has a cooldown that we need to manage in a short time. The ultimate skill has a huge damage that will be so important to create a special effect in animation. The game's storyline is set on a futuristic world of Gaia. It's a digital world to save the human consciousness from the viruses that we call with fishbanes. Aether Gazer is one of the best gacha action RPGs that are pretty popular for player, and it's F2P friendly as well. Especially we don't have to obtain a lot of copy characters because we just need one copy of the hero to strengthen the hero's characteristic. A lot of heroes have synergy, so this aspect is one of the most important aspects to decide which hero we should make and manage. Allfiring is a very unique concept of anime action RPG. It has a side-scrolling world where the 3D of the voxel and aesthetic art style is well on combining at once, even if it has a side-scrolling perspective, but the gameplay lets the player control the navigation into 360 degrees. In battle, the player uses 3 main characters where they all are attacking in real time. Switching the hero directly is really important, so these features really matters, especially when we switch, then it will trigger an entrance attack that will give a huge effect to the damage number at the end. For me, this game is pretty newbies friendly or free-to-play friendly gacha game because I can easily get 3 of the SSR heroes that I got from the developers' gift reward. For this moment, this gacha ARPG is pretty promising. Unfortunately, I didn't see any PT system on the gacha, which is I really hope the developer will add it to maximize the gacha potential for the player. The game's storyline is about a fire keeper to create a balance to the world. Our main journey is to explore the destruction world and find out the lost history and meet different races of companions to fight against dangerous creatures. PGR, Punishing Grey Raven. This game is really no pay to win gacha action RPG on mobile with a fast-paced action hack and slash, where the player can enjoy it for Android, iOS, and also PC. Take your favorite hero and make your best teams line up or squad to control one of the characters directly. The main gameplay is a real-time, the hero switching and also tapping the action based on the timing to create a perfect dodge. But the important thing is we should make a good composition based on the hero's roleplay and element. Basically, you will experience a technical combat than the other action game we have on mobile. The storyline is set in the futuristic world where the virus is suddenly attacking our world, where the virus name is Punishing Viruses. With a dark fantasy theme and also an emotional concept, it will easily deliver to a deep storyline. This game has a high level of F2P gacha game. We'll easily get an S-rank hero with a banner system and also a PT one. So the player can save the resources and make a plan to pick which hero we should get for the next. Genshin Impact. All players should know what the Genshin Impact looks like, especially most of the game was inspired from Genshin Impact. With a beautiful world, landscape and amazing ambience and vibes will easily attract any player to play this game with those reasons. The main gameplay is story-driven based, but the best part is the developer do a perfect animation and music background to deliver the story with a perfection and top-class level. No wonder the game will be exist for a long time. A lot of hidden areas, puzzle to solve and obstacle that we can pass through by using a different kind of elements like fire, ice, wind, and water. I love how we can make an exploration like swimming, gliding, and climbing. Honestly, I have seen so many players feedback about the gacha rate. It's become controversial and the fans are pretty fanatic. The PT system creates the gacha result become predictable. The free-to-play player can clear the PvE content easily, so we don't have to adjust the hero based on the meta, which is a pretty fair and balanced game. One Piece Ambition. This is a new brand ARPG on mobile that has the official IP from the One Piece anime we know of in the movie. Trust me, you will easily fall in love with the visualization. It's just magnificent and adorable. The visual sharpness is pretty detailed, even the outline will easily describe how the One Piece game should be. Even the game has a 3D side-scrolling perspective, but the player can easily control in 360 degrees direction. It will give the hero a different combo based on the positioning, dodge, and also making the adventure become way more dynamic. Some main mode will kill your time dailies with a story and PvE mode, where we will recruit some more crew on our formation team's lineup. So far we can handle the PvE mode so easily, no matter how many enemies we face, but all of our main basic attack will deal with an area of effect range. That's why I would say it has a no pay to win gacha base. The PvP features will come in a different level, which is the skill and reflex will take a crucial part to determine how good you're gonna win in battle. If you are a fan of One Piece series, then this game is exactly the best one to play. The 7 Deadly Sins Origin. First of all, before I continue to explore how the gameplay looks, I would like to inform you all if this game needs a high spec phone to run. Trust me, you all need to have a high-end spec to set the graphic option into the highest one. The player will explore a Britannia world with an open world system. It has a huge world and there is no loading screen we will face once we are moving from one area into another area. This is a really good one to enjoy a seamless world. That's the main reason why you guys need to have a high-end device to render such a huge resources visual in a real time. The main storyline will come in the original version, so as a fan I'm sure you will be so familiar. The gacha is quite good though, because we can collect the IP hero of the 7 Deadly Sins, like Melodious, Elizabeth, King, and any other characters. Most of the PvE content can be done by a common hero, so the premium hero is not really matter for the gameplay, so F2P player can enjoy the adventure progression. Goddess of Victory Nikke. This game will be the only sci-fi shooter that I will put on this list. It's because the gacha rate is pretty interesting. So this game makes a gacha base to become their main priority to get the character. Even we can obtain a certain hero through the storyline, but once we do it through the gacha, then we'll get a better hero's tier with the one of the most powerful abilities. Especially with a PT system through the lineage. It will give an option to get a certain hero through a trading system between the lineage ticket and also the recruitment menu. I have seen so many free heroes from the event. The developer are super active on releasing the new update and collaboration event that will give a huge advantage for a free-to-play player. The main gameplay is an action game in a shooter-based game. We can switch the hero anytime, so we'll give a chance to maintain the strategy based on the condition need. Zenless Zone Zero. This game will represent an urban fantasy with an action RPG as the main gameplay. The game is set in the futuristic city that we call with New Eridu. The gacha system on ZZZ is quite good enough for a free-to-play player. It's quite selective though, but the player needs to maintain the resources. It has a guarantee of the PT gacha base to make a certain prediction to a specific hero that you want to get. It's depending on the banner as well. Some of the heroes will easily get freely through the resources. The team synergy is pretty important because every single character will create a good combination strike once we make a good team preparation based on the combination roleplay and also how the attributes are really important. Overall, for the F2P best advice that I can give is by not getting all of the heroes. Just pick some of the characters that you like the most and make sure they all have synergy. It will give a huge difference at the end. If you love to play a super fast-paced gameplay, then this game is the answer. NTE Neverness to Everness is typically one of the amazing graphic anime games on mobile that looks so dominant to represent what a beautiful world looks like. It has a urban fantasy action game and is well made by the Hota studio. This game has an exploration modern city where the player can do so much real-life activity like driving a vehicle, making a chaos, and also getting arrested by the police. The gameplay is started on the Hatryu city, a modern city that is full of phenomena. The player can make a good exploration freely, just like a sandbox gameplay. In combat, the hero can switch the character as well, but the main gameplay is following the main storyline. A lot of scenes and also special animation will appear. As I told you before, it has a storyline, which is we don't have to focus on the PvP. So a common hero is enough to clear the main storyline as long as you understand how the combat mechanism works. For the F2P, I would play in the selective ways. Especially the character progression is really important as the account development. Remember to like this video and see you on the next list. Thanks.